Well, hello all, and welcome back to War of Dots. Another video here for you guys. This one is also very fascinating. Another free-for-all. Seventh Reich starting in the north. I think it's first time Seventh Reich's been up here in the north. He's going to see what he can do. Immediately pulls back, and this is interesting. He immediately, I think, he makes alliances with both purple and blue. Both purple and blue ask for an alliance from Seventh Reich. Seventh Reich, I think, agrees to both of them. However, Seventh Reich notices blue also is not putting anything on his blue's not putting anything on his cities. So he's going to try to go in there and snipe and get some cities. And he does so. And he's able to take quite a few cities right off the bat. However, this is going to make him be a target. So he's going to have to do what he can quickly to now have to fight purple. He's a bit up on troop count at the moment of purple, but he's going to start having to move troops over quickly. And purple, in the meantime, has also taken cities from yellow. So it's going to be it's basically a free-for-all that turned into a 1v1 very, very quickly. And both the Gnome and Seventh Reich are just doing everything they can to pump out troops, get their troops lined up as quickly as possible. Seventh Reich's going to shuffle out the wounded ones and try to bring in just strong, heavy ones. Seventh Reich notices he's already up. He's going to start pushing hard towards Purple City. This is going to end up turning into a big grind, a big just micromanaging grind fest. See what he can do to push hard towards the city of Purple. See what the Gnome can do to withstand it. I think this one goes on for a bit, actually. Very, very even. You know, so they both were right on top of their economy, right on top of getting troops pumped out as quickly as possible. And in doing so, they're very, very close in troop count. And so now it's just going to be a big grind. Who's going to be able to do more to try to take the cities? Right now, the fight is only in the north. Only pushing hard. Red's trying to push hard to get this one city of purples. He's still trying to pump troops out, bring fresh troops in. Not have troops get surrounded, if possible. Remember, when you're attacking, you lose more troops. So as you can see, even though Red has started the attack with slightly more troops, now he has dipped, and he's 20k troops down. So, and that's what happens sometimes. But Red seems to be, Seventh Reich seems to be the superior micromanager, the superior shuffler of his troops. You always try to shuffle them out. You try to get as high of morale and as high of health of a troop on the front. And in doing so, that helps you just gain and get way more damage. Even though he was 20k down in troops, in just a good bit of shuffling, he was able to shuffle and now all of a sudden go up a little bit in troop count. Now he's starting to get plummet back down, but he's still trying to shuffle quickly, efficiently, and well, and continue to get higher and higher in the troop count. It's still very even at this point, still very close. Massive armies, big armies, lots of shuffling going on. What's going to happen here? It's crazy how the dynamics are like so much different in a sense when it comes to 1v1s versus a free-for-all. So this is like a free-for-all that turned into a 1v1, but it still doesn't really feel like a 1v1 in a sense. It's just interesting. It's different. Different maps. You have so many more troops, so much more micromanagement to do to really try to rotate the troops out and everything. A lot of moving parts, a lot of things to pay attention for towards, because all of a sudden, because Red has been, I believe, micromanaging better, he's all of a sudden up 50k on troop counts all of a sudden. Just like that. It also doesn't help that purple is unable to heal on this city. Because they're so close to the city, this is basically a dead city. He's not able to use it to heal. So that's always another element that really adds to the whole process, the whole thing. Red's trying to use all of his cities to heal. If you notice another important aspect, initially when they got all the cities, both of them were primarily trying to pump out as many light units as they could. However, once they got up and close, kind of close to the max units they could have, Red, 7th Reich, has switched over to producing heavies, and now he's going to start bringing all these heavies to bear. That is also a big reason why, all of a sudden, Red's count of troops, now he's up 130k troops now, all of a sudden. His count of troops have just skyrocketed. He's going to start pouring in heavies to try to attack and take this city. He has heavies healing up here. He has all these with fresh heavies. He's going to start bringing these heavies off the city, and once they get to the front line, obviously they move very slowly through the forest. Once they get to the front line, it's going to be very fascinating. Purple knows that he's going down. He's about to lose the city. He starts doing a quick little desperation attack, then calls it off, and then starts it again. But Red was ready and where, and so Red knows now he has to micromanage the whole front line. And Purple is trying his best not to lose the city. He's bringing all his troops in. He's blobbing them up, blobbing them up. Blobbing them is actually not a good tactic. You need to try to keep the line decently thin to where you can rotate back and forth. Rotate a troop out, put a fresh one in. So that's what Red's going to continue to try to do now on this whole front line. And now Red employs his heavies, starting to bring the heavies to bear. Once the heavies get to, they move slowly, but once they get to the front line, they'll be doing lots of damage and be pushing this back. Red's slowly trying to push him back. Red's bringing in another heavy to try to wrap around. Has a light unit for backup in case he needs it. However, Purple is doing a hard push towards Red's southernmost city. So this does need to be stopped somehow. Lots of weak, dying units down here. Purple immediately tries to get a surround, able to surround that. However, Red does see it in time, and Red really starts pumping the troops out to help support this city so it doesn't get attacked. But this amount of chaos, it was helping, and Purple seemed to start really pushing through and getting the upper hand. However, the cost was just astronomical. Cost was great. He lost quite a bit of troops. It's almost double the troops now. Red is up almost double the troops, and he's continuing to pour on the pressure towards the city. He did take the city, actually. Now he's just trying to hold it. It looks like it's not going to get broken anytime soon, and Purple decides to throw in the towel. And that's the end of that one. Another free-for-all that turned into a 1v1 grind. Catch you guys on the next one.